Today we'll continue with our chapter dealing with pricing strategies and programs. Companies usually do not set a single price, but rather develop a pricing structure that reflects variations in geographical demand and costs, market segment requirements, purchase timing, order levels, delivery frequency, guarantees, service contracts, and other factors. As a result of discounts, allowances, and promotional support, a company rarely realizes the same profit from each unit of a product that it sells. In geographical pricing, the company decides how to price its products to different customers in different locations and countries. Counter trade may account for 50% to 20% of world trade and takes several forms. Barter. The buyer and the seller directly exchange goods with no money and no third party involved. Compensation deal. The seller receives some percentage of the payment in cash and the rest in products. Buyback arrangement. The seller sells a plant, equipment, or technology to a company in another country and agrees to accept as partial payment products manufactured with the supplied equipment. Offset. The seller receives full payment in cash for a sales overseas but agrees to spend a substantial amount of the money in that country within a stated time period. In the Gorbachev era, PepsiCo sold its cola syrup to the government of the Soviet Union for rubles and agreed to buy Russian vodka at a certain rate for sale in the United States. Most companies will adjust their list price and give discounts and allowances for early payment, volumes purchase, and off-season buying. Companies must do this carefully or find their profits much lower than planned. Discount pricing has become the modus operandi of a surprising number of companies offering both products and services. Companies can use several pricing techniques to stimulate early purchase. Loss leader pricing. Supermarkets and department stores often drop the price on well-known brands to stimulate additional store traffic. This pays if the revenue on the additional sales compensates for the lower margins on the loss leader items. Special event pricing. Sellers will establish special prices in certain seasons to draw in more customers. Every August, there are back-to-school sales. Special customers pricing. Sellers will offer special prices exclusively to certain customers. Cash rebates. Auto companies and other consumer goods companies offer cash rebates to encourage purchase of the manufacturer's products within a specified time period. Low-interest financing. Instead of cutting its price, the company can offer low-interest financing. Longer payment terms. Sellers, especially mortgage banks and auto companies, stretch loans over longer periods and thus lower the monthly payment. Warranties and service contracts. Companies can promote sales by adding a free or low-cost warranty or service contract. Psychological discounting. The strategy sets an artificially high price and then offers the product at substantial savings. For example, worth $359, now $299. Price discrimination occurs when a company sells a product or service at two or more prices that do not reflect a proportional difference in costs. In first-degree price discrimination, the seller charges a separate price to each customer depending on the intensity of his or her demand. In second-degree price discrimination, the seller charges less to buyers of large volumes. In third-degree price discrimination, the seller charges different amounts to different classes of buyers, as in the following cases. Customer segment pricing. Different customer groups pay different prices for the same product or service. For example, museums often charge at a lower admission fee to students and senior citizens. Product forming pricing. Different versions of the product are priced differently, but not in proportion to their costs. Evian prices a 2-liter bottle of its mineral water as low as $1, but 5 ounces of the same water in a moisturized spray as much as $12. Image pricing. Some companies price the same product at 2 different levels based on image differences. A perfume manufacturer can put a scent in one bottle, give it a name and image, and price it at $10 an inch. The same scent in another bottle with a different name and image can sell for $30 an ounce. Channel pricing. Coca-Cola carries a different price depending on whether the consumer purchases it from a fine restaurant, a fast food restaurant, or a vending machine. Location pricing. The same product is priced differently at different locations, even though the cost of offering it at each location is the same. A theater varies its seat prices according to audience preferences for different locations. Time pricing. Prices vary by season, day, or hour. Restaurants charge less to early birds customers, and some hotels charge less on weekends. Retail prices for roses increases by as much as 200% in the lead-up to Valentine's Day. The airline and hospitality industries use yield management systems and yield pricing, by which they offer discounted but limited early purchases, higher priced late purchases, and the lowest rates on unsold inventories just before it expires. Several circumstances might lead a firm to cut prices. One is excess plant capacity. The firm needs additional business and cannot generate it through increased sales effort, product improvement, or other measures. Companies sometimes initiate price cuts in a drive to dominate the market through lower costs. Either the company starts with lower costs than its competitors, or it initiates price cuts in the hope of gaining market share and lower costs. Cutting prices to keep customers or beat competitors often encourages customers to demand price concessions, however, and trains salespeople to offer them. A price-cutting strategy often leads to other possible traps. Low-quality trap. Consumers assume quality is low. Fragile market share trap. A low price buys market shares but not market loyalty. The same customers will shift to any lower-priced firms that comes along. Shallow pocket traps. Higher-priced competitors match the lower prices, but have longer staying power because of deeper cash reserves. Price war trap. Competitors respond by lowering their prices even more, triggering a price war. A successful price increase can raise profits considerably. A major circumstance provoking price increases is cost inflation. Rising costs unmatched by productivity gains squeeze profit margins and lead companies to regular rounds of price increases. Companies often raise their prices by more than the cost increase, in anticipation of further inflation or government price controls. In a practice called anticipatory pricing, another factor leading to price increases is overdemand. When a company cannot supply all its customers, it can raise its prices, ratio, supplies, or both. It can increase price in the following ways, each of which has a different impact on buyers. Delayed quotation pricing. The company does not set a final price until the product is finished or delivered. This pricing is prevalent in industries with long production lead times, such as industrial construction and heavy equipment. Escalate clauses. The company requires customers to pay today's price plus all or part of any inflation increases that takes place before delivery. Escalate clauses base price increases on some specialized price index. They are found in contracts for major industrial projects such as aircraft construction and bridge building. Unbundling. The company maintains its first price and removes or prices separately one or more elements that were formerly part of the offer, such as delivery of installation. Car companies sometimes add higher-end audio entertainment systems or GPS navigation systems to their vehicles as separately priced extras. Reduction of discounts. The company instructs its sales forces not to offer its normal cash and quantity discounts. If the company's profit margin is 3% of sales, a 1% price increase will increase profits by 33% if sales volumes is unaffected. This situation is illustrated in Table 16.5. The assumption is that a company charges $10 and sold 100 units and had a cost of $970, leaving a profit of $30 or 3% on sales. By raising its price by 10%, it boosted its profits by 33%, assuming the same sales volume. The introduction or change of any price can provoke a response from customers, competitors, distributors, suppliers, and even government. Competitors are more likely to react when the number of firms is few, the product is homogeneous, and the buyers are highly informed. How can a firm anticipate a competitor's reactions? One way is to assume the competitor reacts in the standard way to a price being set or charged. Another is to assume the competitor treats each price difference or change as a fresh challenge and reacts according to self-interest at the time. How should a firm respond to a competitor's price cut? It depends on the situation. The company must consider the product's stage in the life cycle, its importance in the company's portfolio, the competitor's intentions and resources, the market's price and quality sensitivity, the behavior of costs with volume, and the company's alternative opportunities. So far, we have covered the whole chapter on pricing. Next time, we'll move on to a new chapter on channels. Thank you.